'cause it sounds like you were doing this, like you said, you wanted to be for people who were like sneakerheads, really big into sneakers like you
Yeah,
were. They're like, no, it's people they just want to have a nice shirt. They just want to look good. But then it sounds like you ended up reaching into some other markets that you didn't expect.
correct.
Like you said, you had across all races, ethnicities, you had some older people too.
Yes.
So, and you said you had to go back to doing research.
Yes.
So let's talk about, for that research, when you were like, okay, I see a shift here, what you had in your head wasn't exactly what you were getting for your market, but nonetheless, your business is growing. What did you do for market research, or how did you figure out where to go when you were noticing a change in your demographics of your customer?
So this is where you have to be honest with yourself. And I'm going to tell you the one thing that I feel like most people struggle with is whatever is up here or what they're so passionate about, it stops them from being able to progress because it's like they only see it one way.
Mm-hmm.
So I can remember us selling in a store on the strip inside the Cosmo, and it was called Stitched. And it was more of an upscale store. They did like custom bespoke items, but they sold higher end t-shirts. Well, they picked our lineup, and my business partner, I was like, I need more information. I want to know who's buying t-shirts for $50 or hoodies for $125. I need to know. So he ended up getting a job there, became like the store manager. He was able to report back some of that information and say, hey, Dre, it's like young people coming in, young people or athletes coming in, people who they're looking for something different, so they don't mind paying the price. And I was like, okay. I still need a little bit more research because it was just like, it was like we're selling out of shirts all the time. Like this many people have money, but then it hit me. Like I said, I had to step out of what my comfort zone was. Vegas is a tourist town. People are traveling from all over the world constantly every day. And once that kind of resonated, I said, okay, I'm starting to get it. He said, no, Dre, this is the person that's coming in. They want to be unique. He said, really, they're just like you. But they may be, hey, I'm going out for the night, or I want to just be different. So the $50 is not about the price tag. It's about that nobody has this shirt. Or I know that if I take this back to my hometown, that people are looking like, oh, that's cool. People did like the logo. They like the quality of it. So one thing that I always focused on, honestly, since day one, was quality. So I want to insert this so this would make sense. When I started selling shirts, I sold them out the back of my car. I only ever sold them for like $20, $25. And I understood this concept. If I sell you something for $20, honestly, you don't have an expectation. You don't. You're like, oh, I'll support this guy. He's getting on my nerves. He keeps asking me to buy a t-shirt. So you buy the shirt, you wear it, you get compliments. Oh, so that's like, okay, all right. It's not a bad $20 investment. But when you wash the shirt and it holds up well and it still looks new, it's like, wow, this was a great $20 investment. So you come back. If I told you that shirt was $200, you got an expectation. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a popular brand. Nobody knows who I am. So you have an expectation. So I always understood quality. And that was another thing that really sold us was the quality of the garments. And so our shirts got better over time. I was forced and I was challenged to say, come up with a softer t-shirt, a t-shirt that is more fitted, a t-shirt that accentuates, like the body. Everybody doesn't want that, but you need to offer it. And that was the part that I said, okay, I never thought about that. I come from an area that was cold.
Yeah.
T-shirts were thick and big, but now it's like people want to buy mediums and larges. So I did a lot of actual store market research. And if I would try to do direct customer sales, I would listen to what the customer said. Oh, I would buy this, but you don't have my size. I would buy this, but this is just a little bit too thick. I would buy this, but I took all those I would buy buts and said, okay, how do I fix this? Back and forth to Cali to understand the market, to find something that maybe you will buy. So then when I go back, oh yeah, I'll buy it now. I'm getting somewhere because I got a thinner t-shirt. I got one that's it's more fitted. Remember, nobody ever cared about the price. Right. It was just that I was giving them what they wanted. And you gotta understand, for having done something for 7 or 8 years, you couldn't tell me it wasn't the right way. And it wasn't that it wasn't the right way, it was the right way for that region.
Right, for that market.
For that market. Now that I'm in a different market, I want to be able to serve that market and this market. And like I said, when I did the research mine was just really customer grassroots feedback from what the people actually said. So that helped me.